Japanese transmissions used to be the most reliable in the world. A Toyota, a Honda, a Nissan, or a Subaru could cross 300,000 miles on the original transmission without a single major repair. That era is over. Today, these same brands are watching their transmissions fail before 80,000 miles. Nissan paid out $277 million in a single class action settlement. Honda recalled more than 143,000 vehicles. Subaru quietly extended the warranty on 1.5 million cars. Something changed, and it is not what the manufacturers are telling you. By the end of this video, you will know the real reason Japanese transmissions are failing earlier than ever, and whether your car is at risk. This is not a brand problem. This is not a driver problem. This is an engineering decision that Toyota, Honda, Nissan, and Subaru all made at roughly the same time, and it is the single biggest reason transmissions that used to last for decades now fail in a handful of years. I did not get this from a brochure or a dealership. I looked at class action lawsuit filings, National Highway Traffic Safety Administration complaint data, and the actual engineering of these transmissions. By the end of this video, you will understand the one change that connects every major Japanese transmission failure of the last decade. You will know which fluid myth has destroyed more gearboxes than any defect. And you will know exactly what to do to protect your car. But to understand what went wrong, you first have to understand what these companies replaced and why they did it. For decades, Japanese cars used traditional automatic transmissions built around fixed gears and a torque converter. The legendary Toyota and Aisin units, like the A340, were so over-engineered that many of them did not need a major repair until past 400,000 kilometers. They were heavy. They were simple. They were nearly indestructible. Then, around the early 2010s, almost every Japanese manufacturer made the same decision at the same time. They abandoned the traditional automatic and switched to the continuously variable transmission, the CVT. The reason was fuel economy. Government regulations around the world were tightening fuel efficiency requirements, and the continuously variable transmission delivered better mileage numbers on paper. So Toyota, Honda, Nissan, and Subaru all rushed the technology into mass production. Here is the problem. A continuously variable transmission does not use gears. It uses a steel belt or chain running between two pulleys, held together by hydraulic pressure. There is no torque converter to absorb the brutal stress of acceleration. The belt itself takes the full load. And a thin steel belt simply cannot survive the way a set of forged steel gears could. That is the foundation of the entire crisis. Now we get to the first real reason: the rush. The most damaged transmissions on the road today all share one supplier, a company called Jatco. Jatco is the Japan automatic transmission company, and Nissan owns roughly 3/4 of it. Jatco supplies continuously variable transmissions not just to Nissan, but to Mitsubishi, Suzuki, and others. And the lawsuits tell the story. Nissan became aware of defects in the Jatco continuously variable transmission before it even hit the market. That is the specific allegation in the class action filings. The belt and pulley design could not reliably handle the torque the engines produced. Owners reported shuddering, hesitation, loss of acceleration, and total failure, many before 100,000 miles. Nissan issued dozens of technical service bulletins. Then, in 2022, they agreed to pay $277.7 million to settle. Mitsubishi, using the exact same Jatco unit, faced its own class action in 2021. The technology was pushed into millions of cars before the engineering was proven. That is reason number one. But the second reason is bigger, and it affects every brand, not just the ones using Jatco. Here is the second real reason, and this one is responsible for more transmission deaths than any single defect. The lifetime fluid lie. When Japanese manufacturers switched to the continuously variable transmission, they made a marketing claim to make the new technology look low maintenance. They told owners the transmission fluid was sealed for the life of the vehicle and never needed to be changed. Subaru's own powertrain engineers stated publicly in 2009 that the Lineartronic required no maintenance whatsoever for the life of the car. Nissan said the same. Honda said the same. It was completely false. Here is the engineering truth. Continuously variable transmission fluid is not like regular transmission fluid. It contains special friction modifiers that allow the steel belt to grip the smooth pulley surfaces without slipping. That fluid breaks down between 30,000 and 60,000 miles. Once it breaks down, the friction modifiers stop working. The belt begins to slip on the pulleys. Slipping creates heat. Heat degrades the fluid even faster. Faster degradation causes more slipping. It is a self-accelerating death loop, and it is silent. By the time the owner feels the shuddering, the belt has already scored the pulley surfaces, and the damage is permanent. Millions of owners followed the manufacturer's advice, never changed the fluid, and destroyed their transmissions doing exactly what they were told. Every major Japanese manufacturer has now quietly walked back the lifetime sealed claim and added recommended fluid change intervals. They will never admit the original advice killed transmissions. But the warranty extensions tell the truth. Subaru extended coverage on 1.5 million vehicles. Honda extended certain models to 7 years or 150,000 miles. Those are not acts of generosity. Those are admissions. The third real reason is heat and the failure to design for it. A traditional automatic transmission generates heat, but its large metal case and torque converter help dissipate it. A continuously variable transmission runs hotter by design because the belt and pulleys are under constant friction and constant hydraulic pressure. The fluid is the only thing standing between normal operation and catastrophic failure. Most automatic transmissions are designed to operate around 200 degrees Fahrenheit. For every 20 degrees above that limit, the lifespan of the transmission is cut roughly in half. When these early continuously variable transmissions were rushed into production, many of them did not have adequate cooling systems. Subaru's early Lineartronic units overheated. The 2012 Outback produced the highest continuously variable transmission complaint volume of any model year Subaru ever sold. After 2015, Subaru re-engineered the cooling system, added external coolers, upgraded the clutch packs, and refined the software. The transmissions got dramatically better. But the cars sold before that fix are still on the road and still failing. Heat is the enemy. Inadequate cooling was the design flaw, and the owners paid for it. So what does this mean for you? If you own a Japanese car built after roughly 2013 with a continuously variable transmission, you are driving a transmission that is fundamentally more fragile than the ones your parents owned. That is the uncomfortable truth. But there is one major exception, and it is the most important thing in this entire video. The Toyota Hybrid eCVT. Despite the name, it is not a belt and pulley continuously variable transmission at all. It uses a planetary gear set and 2 electric motors. There is no belt to slip. There is no pulley to score. There is no torque converter to overheat. It is the one Japanese transmission that has actually gotten more reliable, not less. Toyota Prius taxis have crossed 500,000 miles on the original unit. So if reliability is your priority and you are buying a Japanese car today, the Hybrid eCVT is the answer. For everyone else driving a conventional continuously variable transmission, the protection is simple. Change the fluid every 30,000 miles. Use the exact fluid specified for your model. Drive gently from a stop, and never trust the lifetime sealed claim. So there is the real reason. Japanese manufacturers abandoned the bulletproof traditional automatic for the fuel-efficient continuously variable transmission. They rushed an unproven supplier's technology into millions of cars. They told owners the fluid never needed changing, and that lie destroyed more gearboxes than any defect. And they failed to design adequate cooling for a transmission that runs hot by nature. The reliability your family trusted for 40 years was traded away for better mileage numbers on a government test. But knowing why they fail is only half the story. There are 5 everyday driving habits that destroy even a healthy transmission faster than anything the manufacturer did. And habit number 3 is something you probably did this morning. I have a full video breaking down all 5. And it is on the screen right now. Before you go, tell me in the comments, do you trust the continuously variable transmission, or would you take an old-fashioned automatic any day? Let me know.